What's going on, guys? I know it's been a long time since I did my last video. I believe the last video that I have uploaded was around Thanksgiving time. After then, I really got seriously invested with just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple of things I'm gonna talk about from my experience from the Thanksgiving time all the way until now. You know, since I'm gonna touch a couple of things, some more advice, tips, and my experience with the company. I had received my reward for being with the company as long as I have. So I think you get one of these when you've been with the company for about a year. It basically says 1 year of service. You know what I'm saying? So that was a reward for me being this long. So I guess I could be proud of myself for lasting as long as I have and getting that. You know what I'm saying? So my experience. So first off, with my experience with the company, still pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody has their stories. I had my ups and downs with the situation. I'm still listening to other people's YouTube channels. I just got finished listening to a female by the name of Onyx Nova Imperial Dynasty on YouTube. You know, listen to her story because she was running with Werner, whatever case is. You know, so there's still some people out there, you know what I'm saying, I'm still looking at. But I just finished watching her video and listened to her story about the mess we're going through, trucks, and, you know, Warner not doing a good job with the fact of hooking her with a decent truck so she can go out there and do what she got to do. But for me, you know what I'm saying, I have made some fair mistakes since I've been with the company. You know what I'm saying, from parking on the side of the interstate. But that happened like one time. The only reason I did that is because I was very new being on my own with the truck, and I was still trying to learn the clock that's in the truck. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand it, because there was things where the truck will sit there and say, you know, you need to do your split sleeper. I didn't understand these certain things. Even though when you're in the classroom, I can't say in the classroom that they're not touching these topics with you. But I guess a lot of that information did not register to me when I was getting on my own truck. And I mean, when you get in your own truck and you have your own tablet and you have your own clock, there's some things you're going to see a lot of. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take a break, or be careful not to go past your driving over the clock. You know, have the sleeper berth. There's certain things you just see a lot. You know what I'm saying? But then when you make a certain type of action where you might be driving on the road a little too long, or you're not taking your break, then the clock will give you different messages that you're not knowledge on, and it's like it's not even freshly on your mind, so you make certain mistakes. But anyway, the company's been decent to me. When I first came into this company, I tried to be an OTR driver. The OTR thing wasn't working for me. I'm glad that I didn't just run with being an OTR driver for me, because of the fact that I feel that this is one of those situations where I feel I should have crawled before I walked. You know what I'm saying? I was looking to, you know, make big money, go all out, go with the OTR thing, and a lot of the tools and experience that I have now, I wasn't operating the way I should be operating because I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Radio, understanding the clock, understanding your truck, understanding how to handle certain situations, maneuvers, getting a little bit more confident in what you're doing, being on the road, dealing with the truck and other drivers and other truck drivers, and knowing how it is when you're going to state. There's a lot of things that I didn't know was going into that, and I had a problem, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the heavy loads and the trailers that feel different when you got different things in that trailer. You know what I'm saying? The truck feels different when you got paper in there versus having cat litter. You know what I'm saying? Or cat litter versus having liquids and drinks and sodas. You know what I'm saying? The truck feels different between having 39,000 pounds to just dealing with 2,000 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Or understanding the difference between the states in the bridge law. You know what I'm saying? How far and how back do you need to slide your tandems, not only to be legal in every state that you're driving in, but to be able to understand the fact that if you don't have your tandems correctly slitting, then it's going to be dangerous for you as you're driving, because you might have too much weight either on the front of your truck or towards the back. And if you have it towards the back, then your behind is going to be sliding out when you do those hard turns. And if you have it too much to the front, then you're going to have a hard time going up the hill and picking up speed. So there's a lot of things you gotta have experience and understand, and I didn't have that. So I'm not gonna sit up here and beat myself up because of the fact that I wasn't doing OTR. I'm happy being on a dedicated account. I'm still getting the experience that I need to get, and I am working towards my goal and what I'm trying to work towards. So when it concerns the transition from OTR into the dedicated, it worked out perfectly. They gave me everything that I was looking for. They understood my complaints, and they gave me something brand new. You know what I'm saying? A whole new account that wasn't even out yet. I'm cool with my manager. I like my manager. My manager, she's very cool. You know what I'm saying? She hears me. There's not one time I think that she has disrespected me or come off in any kind of way that makes me feel any kind of way. Not like I was when I was dealing with the OTR thing. You know what I'm saying? The smart ass responses and whatever. When it concerns that or whatever, I have came a long way. You know what I'm saying? I came a long way. I got a lot more stuff in my truck. I can speak to you and everybody and let you know that I'm a lot more confident in what I do. There is every mistake that I have probably made, I have learned something from. If it wasn't the fact of learning something about this truck or turns or roads, that's going to slide me into, like I said, my advice that I'm going to try to give. But first off, like I said, the experience with Werner, that has been nice. I think the major thing that makes me feel a lot more acceptable to Werner is one place. Lake City Terminal in Florida. Ever since I had passed and graduated from there and then went on to Nebraska, I love Lake City, Florida. I love almost everybody that I meet in there, from the lady who works in the clothing department to the ladies who are the instructors in our classroom, to the lady who's also the instructor out in the parking lot teaching us how to maneuver the truck and park it and new trips and ticks. You know what I'm saying? Or having a better respect and for the job when it concerns your new head supervisor of the safety department. Everybody has a part to play, and I would say the Lake City Terminal makes me feel a lot more fulfilled when it concerns dealing with this career. Besides that, or whatever case is, I'm not going to say that for another terminal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of all the terminals. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? There's probably one other terminal that I go to. But like I said, I'm not in a place to start bashing by names. But everybody, a lot of us drivers, we talk. A lot of us drivers, we meet up and we catch each other, especially people we graduated with. Most of us have some similar responses how we feel about certain people or certain places. So, but like I said, on the positive note, I love Lake City Terminal. They make me feel good about what I do. Like I said, they still do their job. They still tell me what I need to make sure I need to do and what not to do, and the warnings and whatnot or whatever. But they at least make me feel good getting their concerns working and getting and doing my job. I still have the same truck. I still have my Kenworth 23 new gen. It has went through some situations between maybe the oil leaking out of the valves on the passenger side, or a transmission issue, or a coolant issue. You know, because there's a lot of work that goes into this truck with you driving, carrying on that weight, so wear and tear is running into the ground or whatever. But besides that, still holding up. I still have it today. Probably been in the shop probably like 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Probably been about 10, 11 times it's been in the shop and it's still holding it down. But I still try to keep it clean. I still, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm still putting stuff in this truck that I like to have in here. But besides that, it's still holding up, so I'm happy with that. Now, when it concerns advice, for people that is probably coming in, if you're seeing this video, you know what I'm saying, or you just don't know certain things, you get 4 warnings. All right, I'm gonna let you know that now. You get 4. I think they like to call it 4 defensive warnings. I don't know why they call it defensive, but like I said, I call it warnings. They're like your hard shots. They're stuff that count. You know what I'm saying? They will flag you if you're pulling over on the side of a road. The truck camera will record it. It will send that information off to the people in the safety department. They will review that video on their computer, and they will make a judgment call on the fact of what you did and how you did it. You know, I probably would tell most people, when your tablet is telling you to call Nebraska, you better call Nebraska quickly by checking the messages. Call them and let them know why you did what you did. But maybe when you tell them, they'll understand, especially if it's not your fault or whatever the case may be. But I say that because if you start dealing with the terminal, I don't know, that's just my opinion. Some people in some places in some terminals do not see it in your point of view where it makes sense and it justifies a reason for you doing the things that you do. To the company, you should never be pulling over. They have their reasons why they tell you to do certain things a certain kind of way. Don't pull over, because one time there was a truck driver that pulled over on the side of the road. The regular car, pedestrian, is not paying attention to you, and for some reason they slam into the back of your truck and hold you reliable because you should have never been on the side of the street. They're going to say it's your fault. Regardless that he hit you, you should never have been there. 2, it's definitely your fault if you're on the side of the road for longer than 10 minutes and you don't put out your hazards. You know what I'm saying? I guess that'll be a battle in itself. Not only did you pull over on the side of the road, but you better have pulled over because it was an emergency. But like I said, you get 4 defensive warnings. After 4 warnings, you know, you look at a termination from the job. I got 1 warning, 1 strike against me. I got 3 more to go. I'm doing the best that I can to make sure that I don't earn no more of these strikes. The reason why I'm saying that is because, again, I have a goal. I am looking forward to probably eventually becoming a local driver. It's just the fact that I want to be able to go home every day. I am working towards getting my own, you know what I'm saying, have my own car, having my own crib, having my own peace of mind, and getting off the truck. I think after serving the amount of time that I'm going to be serving on the road, I am going to grow irritated at being inside the truck for long periods of time because of the fact of just want to have a life of my own outside of this. Because since I have been on the road, I can't necessarily say that it's easy to get to know somebody or socialize or whatever cases. There's plenty of times where I'll probably get out this truck and there is maybe even a female, when it concerns females, you know what I'm saying, just to hi, get to know you, whatever cases, you know what I'm saying, and people give you this look like they just, you know, they don't want to talk to you for whatever reason, and they don't want you talking to them. But probably a lot of you guys have seen this video and saying, hey, that's a lot of us. We all feel the same way. Don't feel bad. It's normal. Oh, cool. Well, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be in a situation like that, I'd rather be in my own by my own. You know what I'm saying? So, but on other bases, there's times I do meet people, especially when it concerns my old classmates or people that I graduated with at Roadmaster at the same time. Like just yesterday, I was sitting up there saying to myself at the Lake City Terminal, I said, man, I probably will never see another one of those people at the Roadmaster School again since we all are hired now. And then I just ran into somebody else, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably cool with about 1 person literally from my class, and I probably ran into 3 other people between last year and yesterday that I had seen at the school that I got to know. And it's good. That's a good feeling to meet somebody that you know and talk to them. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. So, like I said, you get 4 warnings. Don't do everything you possibly can to not mess up. Now, this goes back to the fact of people that's doing it 21 days. People that's doing it 21 days, you guys are probably going through certain situations where you might be having your leader's truck break down, and there might be an extended period of time where you're not driving. That means you're not gaining experience and you're not gaining hours. So you might sit there and say to yourself, well, look, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't care about the fact that the truck's not moving and I'm driving. Every day that goes by, that better goes towards my time of getting off that person's truck because I want to be in my own truck. Here, this is what I will tell any of you. Get that thinking out of your mind right now. Y'all mind is so wrapped up around money. I tell you again, money, sometimes you guys don't understand the funny. Money can be your downfall. Because a lot of you guys don't respect the dollar. You don't. Y'all want the money so bad, you don't care how you get it as long as you get it, and don't understand the fact that just because you get it today, that dollar is not going to be substantial and hard enough for you in the future. In this career, in this type of business, the dollar is not going to keep you on a truck. The dollar is just going to make sure you eat. The dollar is just going to make sure your cell phone stay paid, and the dollar is going to make sure it helps you get to where you want to go, if you have the means by having enough. But the cops don't care if you have money and you don't have experience, and your job don't care if you got money and you have no respect or experience in this career. You need to have the experience driving. The hours is saying to the people that we think that this person has enough experience and knowledge based on the time on the road that we believe that they will know what they need to know with that amount within hours. So forget about the money and forget about the days burning down to 21 days. Because when I was with my trainer, thank God, I was with a 2 million miler driver. My leader's from New York. I'm from New York, so me and him definitely clicked. You know what I'm saying? But he was a heavy smoker. I was a pretty much medium smoker. I'm not a smoker now. I have, like I said, I'll get into that. But I'm not a smoker now. But you know, me and him clicked. You know what I'm saying? He's sarcastic for older dude. I have a dark sense of humor. Me and him clicked, and he taught me the things he felt he needed to talk to me, and we went through some storms together. But besides that, I can't say that I never had an issue with him. And he was cool, you know what I'm saying? But he's a lot older guy, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, when I say older, he like he's in his 70s and 80s, you know what I'm saying? Still doing his thing, trucking and whatever. But that's my leader, you know what I'm saying? I like to make my leader proud by doing what I'm supposed to do and have a common sense when I'm out here on the road. So I'm still out here on the road. I'm still doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm still alive, and I'm happy with that. So the concerns, the tips or whatever, take advantage of that time when you're out there with your leader. Learn how to drive. Learn how the fact of doing what you need to do with the truck. Because a lot of your leaders, even some of the leaders, don't even tell you what I feel that you should take advantage of. So I'll tell you. First off, remember this. I don't know if they told you this when you was in class, but I'm going to tell you this now. You're not driving the truck. You're not driving the tractor. It's not about you being in a driver's seat, driving anything in between your bed area to your dock. That is not what's important. What's important is you driving the trailer. You want to make sure that the trailer has enough space to get around the corner. You want to remember that when you're docking, you need to have in your mind that you're in the back of that trailer. If honestly, the best tip I can give you guys is if you take the truck very slow. When it's time for you to park it, when it's time for you to dock it, when it's time for you to maneuver through construction site or debris, take it very slow and pay attention to the fact of how the truck is moving between you moving the steering wheel left and right. The difference between you guiding the truck in versus you tightening up the truck to bend it around the corner. Because when you turn it left and right, the truck is only going to do two things: guide or bend. A lot of you guys don't know the difference between guiding and bending the truck. You just figure the fact that you know how to drive the truck. But if somebody literally asks you the question between what would your truck do if you bend it and you guide it, what is it going to look like it's doing? You wouldn't know the difference. So the best way to tell it to you, the only way you're going to know the difference is if you're taking the truck very slow. 4 to 5, 6 miles per hour on your movement, and look at the difference when you're turning that wheel. You'll see what it's doing. Oh, this is how it looks when it's bending. Oh, this is how it looks when it's turning. I can see the difference between it going into where I want it versus the fact of bending tight enough to get to where I want it to go. That's my biggest advice and tip for you guys. Some of you guys basically are saying that it's useless to get a CB radio. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. I'll tell you my opinion of why I felt like that at first and why I don't feel like that now. When I got the CB radio, before I had the CB radio, I'll tell you, before I had the CB radio, there was plenty of times where I might be pulling up to a car accident, and for one, I might be hauling it. I might be doing top speed on my truck. And there might be a particular situation where you are not noticing that up the road, it has already stopped. It's stuck. They're moving fast. And you're moving fast. You might have a little over 30 to 40,000 pounds in your trailer. Your stopping power is going to be great distance based on how fast you're going. And you'll be saying, damn, I wish somebody, I wish I knew what was going on way ahead of time before I got up here. Because if I'm correct, your CB radio can let you know what's going on 100 miles before you even get there, if I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? 100, you know what I'm saying, between, it's a good range of letting you know way ahead of time. So you can go ahead and start slowing down to an appropriate speed where you can control your trailer. So I'm thankful for the CB radio. Other truckers is on the radio letting you know, hey, look, there's the left lane's closed. You guys, if you got a radio, go ahead and slide over to the right lane so we can smoothly go through quickly, because all the other people is going to be stuck on the wrong lane while the rest of us is in the right lane. Or the fact that somebody else, has eyes on the problem, what's going on. Do we have just regular traffic going on, or is there an accident going on up there? There's an exit coming up. You guys, if you guys can reroute your GPS, you're best to get off from the next exit that's coming up. Stuff like that will help increase not only your view of what you can't see, but your notice and knowledge of what's going on way ahead of time. The CB radio is helpful with that, and communication. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. So I would probably say to reconsider the idea of saying no to the CB radio, but that's just my opinion. When it concerns food, there's plenty of times I go in the bathroom and there is fellas shitting their brains out. I mean, goddamn. Now, somebody said to me before that the human body is supposed to release the waste every day. In my mind, if I'm eating the right stuff on this truck, I might not have to do that for 4 or 5 days, because my body is not building up a bunch of garbage. Literally, I mean, I had tested my own theory. If I was to literally sit in the truck on my day off and eat nothing but honey buns and drink juice and eat some chips, I'm going to want to go to the bathroom. But when I'm eating something like a sandwich, or let's say a peanut butter jelly sandwich, or some water, you know what I'm saying, and I'm sticking between, like orange juice or apple juice or cranberry juice, I'm not going to the bathroom for like 4 or 5 days. On the 4th or 5th day, I really gotta go. And all that waste is gone, you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta haul it. But when you guys are eating the stuff that you're not supposed to be eating on the road, like I like peanuts. But when I first got into this truck, I was eating peanuts. I had to go to the bathroom like every other day. My stomach started killing me after a while, because there's sometimes you can't just get to the toilet when you want to get to the toilet. I'm sitting in the truck eating cookies and all my sweets and all my junk food and pizza and burgers and stuff. I need to go to the bathroom. Can you guys please have a little common sense to find out the difference between what your body can tolerate and what it can't tolerate? It will do you wonders being on the road without sitting up here going to the bathroom, shitting up a goddamn storm. Y'all niggas sound like y'all shitting fire. That's just my tip for the road. Watch what you eat. Put the right stuff in the truck that won't kill you. Just because you love it, don't mean to eat it. Like a whole sandwich is full of tuna fish and y'all want to double it up. That ain't good for you. My opinion. Definitely do your pre-trip inspections. Definitely do your pre-trip inspections. And pay attention to your truck. Definitely pay attention to your truck, because that truck is your train on the street. It's your airplane on the street. It's your ship in the ocean that's on the street. It's your 18-wheeler that you and it is going to become one for as long as you are together in this company. Any company. Get to know your truck. Know how it moves. You know what I'm saying? People should not be hearing that, you're hanging your truck up in the tree, knocking down branches, scratching up the walls, because you don't know your trailer and you don't know how to dock it. Because you don't know how to tighten and turn it. Because of the fact that you don't know how to turn your truck is the reason why you don't know how to dock it. That's from one. I'll tell you right now, like I said, the things we learn in Roadmaster School is nothing compared to what you're going to learn when you're out on the road by yourself, because the Roadmaster School is kind of like it teaches you what situations are going to happen, what you're going to be doing. But in your mind, you don't know the importance of what they're teaching you, why they're teaching you, and why you need to understand what it is they're teaching you. So when you're out there, you're mirroring what you learn, but you don't know how to correctly do it because you don't know the importance of it. It's just like driving a car. You want to drive the car, but you don't know the importance of driving a car. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what happens if you do this or do that to the car. What's going to happen to that car? Anyway, like I said, I'm good. I ain't gonna say I'm the happiest person in the world, but I am definitely happy to know that I'm still in this company. And sometimes I say to myself, I would like to go ahead and be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Train somebody else. I feel like I would be a great teacher for somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of situations in my life that makes me feel comfortable with the fact of teaching somebody else. But the only reason I wouldn't want to teach somebody else is because, one, I just don't want nobody in my space too long. Literally, if I end up dealing with the wrong person, I don't have a problem literally leaving you on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? There's no taking you back to the terminal. I'll leave you at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? As fast as you go use the bathroom and get something to eat, by the time I'm done gassing up, I have left you there. I have made it to my rest stop to let the company know that I have left you there. And the reason that me and you, if I take you for another mile, we might start fighting or something. So it's best for my safety and your safety that I have left you there. That's just if I end up with a fool. But on a regular basis, I just can't deal with somebody in my truck. There was something funny too from the female by Onyx Nova Imperial Dynasty. There was something she had said. She had something about the fact that, look, I want to be with a truck driver that don't smoke, and we can take a shower every day. I don't even know how that's possible. The smoking thing is possible, but the taking a shower every day, hell fuck no, that ain't possible. Shit, I don't even take a shower every damn day, and I know 95% of the people that's in this trucking industry don't take a shower every day. So, especially if you're in a truck for long periods of time, you know what I'm saying? And I guess the certain situations that you're in, because shit, if I was to leave my DC and have to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, that's probably, it's not like it's not possible. It's just the fact of it's almost an inconvenience to take a shower every day. Usually, I would say the average person that be in a truck, they should take a shower within 3 to 4 days. You know what I'm saying? I would say 3 to 4 days, take a shower, because between that third day, your body is in the need of taking a shower. Some people, and the good thing about being in the truck by yourself is that you can take it. You got people that's washing up with baby wipes. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick wipe with the rag or something. You know, real quick little shower. Not no real shower, but just a quick clean and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We make our own schedules how we move, and that's one of the things I know that sucks for trainees, because like she said, people is going to want to be in their own truck, be in their own environment, their own space. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I dislike being with my trainer when it concerns that whole thing is the fact that I am on his clock. There's times at home I don't even wake up till like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon. And this man's waking up like 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, like, why is this man up driving at this early in the morning? You know what I'm saying? And now I'm in my own truck on my own, and I'm setting my own schedule to be up at, try to be in bed at 7 o'clock to be up at 4 in the morning. And the only reason I do that is because I really try to avoid being caught driving at night, because certain states, it really does suck driving at night. 2, I like to get to my destination as decent in that day so I can do whatever I want to do before I have to go to sleep. I still like to get there and watch a movie or a show. I still might want to go and shop for something. I might want to lay back and play my game. You know what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily want to find out that I got up later in the day to drive hours to another destination just to go back to sleep. I don't want to do that. So, what it concerns you guys, I can definitely say I have to apply Onyx Nova Imperial Dynasty channel for her talking up for herself and handling her business, because like I said, what she went through was a messed up experience, because she is or was a Werner employee. But everybody's going to handle their business the way they do. For me, I'm a type of dude that came from a rough background, so I could take a lot of punishment. So a lot of the stuff that you guys would consider a problem, to me, is more like a very, very slight irritation, but it's like borderline a laughing matter to me, because it's not enough that it's testing my patience yet. It's not enough that it makes me want to speak out and handle certain things a certain kind of way, because that's just how I am. I've been in more of a worse scenarios than what most of you guys are dealing with. So how you handle your business sometimes is funny to me. So like it is, I definitely understand how it is to be in a messed up environment when it concerns a truck not being appropriate. I don't even know why the company would do something like that, where the company doesn't have this matter when they are aware of the look and the style and the productivity of a vehicle before they just give it to you. Just it's like they look at a computer and it says a vacant truck that anybody can take, give it to you, and then they get annoyed because you're telling them that you don't like the truck. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people that want to sit up there and say something like to her, they'll sit there saying, look, the truck drives. You're complaining about how the truck looks or feels, when the concern is we want to make sure that you got a truck that drives so you can do your job. Yeah, well, that is true. I am supposed to have a truck that drives and that works for me to do a job for you. But you got to understand the fact that, how would you feel if I gave you a house that was a decent price and it was raggedy? It had roaches in it. And then you complain to me that it has roaches and it stinks. And I tell you, well, you're complaining about the fact of how it feels, when my job is to give you a home that has a roof and 4 walls and a closed door. You do have these things. You don't have the roof leaking, you know what I'm saying? The doors do lock, the refrigerator does work, the electricity work, the floor ain't broken, but you're complaining about the fact that there's roaches and stuff in there. Make up your mind. The same way you wouldn't sleep in a raggedy apartment, it's the same way we shouldn't have to sleep and work in a raggedy truck if we're going to be here for more than hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So when it concerns her, how she handled that situation and fighting for it, a lot of us did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I can't get mad at her for handling it like that. But the person that stood up there and had that smart ass remark with her, I wish that they was thinking twice about, saying something like that. But you got people that is either A, not from that background, or B, they have never been put in a situation like that. Because if they had been put in a situation like that, I would believe that they would be a little bit more mindful about the shit that comes out of their mouth. So, again, I think I have served in this company about 1 year and 6 months. So I'm happy with that. 1 year and 6 months. And, and me having this tells me that I am, close to my goal of being a local driver. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I do owe this company because of the fact that I did graduate Roadmaster. I have heard some opinions from some people when it concerns the school paying a loan on your behalf of learning from their school. So I owe the school over like 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? And when I looked on my account of how long it's going to take for that to be paid off, it would take about 5 years to be paid off if I leave the company to just pay it off. Then there were some situations where I had a friend of mine that was asking me, like, how much was I getting paid a mile? And then he was like, that's not right. Do you, you get paid for driving the load to where it's got to go, but do you get paid for driving the empty trailer back? And I'm like, I don't think I get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? It's already one thing when a company has already decided that they're not paying you if you sit at a drop longer than you need to. The company at least this account was doing that at one point in time. If you stayed at the drop more than 4 hours while they're unloading, they pay you extra. They stop that. There'll be times I'll be at a drop point for 4, 5, 6 hours. So I never seen anything more than, I have not seen any paycheck of mine that pushes 2 grand. Not at all. I don't know if that's normal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of people that says, these truckers make a lot of money. I guess that depends on who's paying you and their respect for the driver and the worth of the driver and the sacrifices that you go through doing what you gotta do to make sure that you're well compensated. So the most I'll probably ever see on my check would probably be at least between maybe 12 to 1500. Taxes suck. You know what I'm saying? Because the taxes did happen. I think for the on income tax, I had made about, between 20, 30 grand on the taxes. But when the government had to dig into that, they took literally everything. I think I got back on the taxes about $700. Out of 20, 30 grand, got back $700. The federal, I was like, damn, it's like the more you make, the more they take. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I had got back almost that amount of money just for working as long as I did. That would have took care of me ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I almost feel like I shouldn't even be looking forward to the taxes anymore. Taxes suck. So it was just like the medical, the federal took out like 15, 14 grand. Medical's taking about 14. I was like, you know, you guys, it's like, sometimes I don't understand taxes, because it's like, are y'all taking something that I'm using, you know, or you guys taking something that I will never use, and who's this for? You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. You know, but hey, you know, sometimes I wish this country would do things differently, because goddamn, I wish I could just sit up and say to you guys, I am doing good and I'm loving this. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to taxes every time. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I know I bust my ass this year. I know the taxes are going to look good. And it's like, nah, you know, Christmas is already a goddamn shame, because Christmas can take about $2-3 grand out of you, and then by the time you get your taxes, you find out you're really broke. It's like, damn, I don't even want to do goddamn Christmas now. You know what I'm saying? To find out how broke a nigga gonna be when taxes come out, because taxes is gonna rob me like a motherfucker. Hey, anyway, that is my little overview when it concerns, you know, the trucking thing, and at least working with Werner. You know what I'm saying? At least I got money in my pocket. You know, even now talking to you guys, new phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to work on getting a couple of things. But like I said, my goal is to get out of this truck, get my apartment, go local, and feel like I'm living a normal life. You know what I'm saying? And just live my life and do my job, because I can say to myself that I'm good at what I do. Am I going to probably leave Werner? 50-50, you know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. I'm still learning as I go. I hear a lot of people tell me different things of why I probably should leave, and what's better out there, money here, time there. Some companies are family oriented. The thing about that I'm learning about these things, and when I listen to people, it's like your family oriented companies, they pay you more. And some of them might lack the mega carrier power. You know what I'm saying? Usually those companies, if something bad happens, they fall quick. You know what I'm saying? Then when you deal with a mega carrier, they might not pay you as well. They don't have a lot of respect and love for you, because they're more professional, versus a smaller company that's family oriented, and they make sure that they pay you good. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare to find a company that either is A, family oriented, paying you good, and they got very great equipment, and they're well established to stay in the game long enough with the mega carriers, versus it being rare to deal with a mega carrier that is able to stay in business for a long time, pay you well, and make sure that they have the things that you desire. It's rare. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a great area with everybody's company. So with me, I like to just stick it out with the places. Like, if it's paying the bills, it's taking care of the needs I need to get taken care of, then I'm gonna stick it out with them. But that's just my opinion now for this company. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm definitely not gonna stick around if it looks like I'm about to get fired. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely jump ship before that happens, because I don't need it being on my report. I'll tell anybody, don't come into this game with the wrong mind frame. Come in here to gain experience, do your job, and get out of here if you're trying to jump ship. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe the companies at this point, they try to keep you to make sure they got employees. But at the end of the day, you're one individual that they don't mind sacrificing. They can get more. You know what I'm saying? While you're quitting, 15 more people's coming in. While you're getting fired, 15 more people's coming in. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that you have this company by the balls. You don't. You know what I'm saying? So one way or the other, they're going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to tag along long enough until you sit up there and find something else. So it's not like you're playing chess with this type of situation. But anyway, guys, y'all talk to me, y'all heard from me. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. These things help. I would like to make something out of this. When this gets established, there's going to be some other things I want to try to get into. I'm still trying to learn this whole YouTube thing. I still have other videos and clips between car accidents and just other things of me being on the road. So it's not like I don't have videos of these things on my other phone. I still don't have like a GoPro or a dash cam yet. I'm still building up things that I'm buying and whatever case is. So I'm getting there, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm budgeting on my way up there. So I'm going to go slow with this process. And again, I'm focused on the road a lot more than I am on this camera because of the fact that my life is online, other people's lives is online, and I know that a lot of stuff that I'm filming, after a while, it's going to become boring because you guys might be looking to see videos of other certain things. So I would definitely be trying to post it up for you guys, you know, with the editing and the cutting and the pasting, I'll try to do that. But this is me just kind of like touching bases with you. I haven't forgotten about you. I hope you haven't forgotten about me. I'm sorry and I apologize for not being as active as I should. But the job thing comes first, not this, this video thing. I'm trying to incorporate this into my life as much as possible. But it's like I have a lot more respect for the truck and these roads and these streets. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of accidents. It was one day I seen like 4 or 5 accidents in one day. So thank you, and hope to talk soon.